showing off that all new glass back. On the sides of the box we've got the usual iPhone text and the Apple logos on the top and bottom. Let's flip it over and get the plastic off. Also here you can see that I've got the 64GB version, as this will go to my fiance and she never needs more storage. Let's flip it back over and open it up. So on top, as usual, we've got the little folder, designed by Apple in California. There's even an iPhone X style notch in the top. In here, there's quick start guides, a SIM ejection tool, and the much loved Apple stickers. Let's pop them to one side and move the phone out of the way. Then there's the UK power adapter, along with the usual earpods and lightning cable. Let's pop all that in the box and take a look at the phone itself. So it's got the same 5.5 inch LCD display, but it's now got that True Tone tech in there. And if we flip it over, we see the major design change, that new glass back for wireless Qi charging. I know it's meant to be white, but I'd actually say this is more of an off-white or maybe a really light grey. It's also got a very similar 12 megapixel rear shooter setup, like last year's iPhone 7 Plus, but now it can also shoot 240 frames per second slow-mo. The sides of the phone are also identical to what we've seen before, as is the front. Let's take off the cellophane and boot it up. So the 8 Plus is actually about 14 grams heavier than the iPhone 7 Plus, but the weight feels great in the hand. It does look really nice. It reminds you of the iPhone 4 and 4S, which is one of my favourite designs. And it's not as prone to fingerprints as I thought it was going to be, which is also a great thing. While we wait, I just want to show you my iPhone 4 next to it, as the glass back instantly reminds me of this phone. It still looks great, it's still one of my favourite designs. Right, I'm going to quickly set this up and come straight back. I'm back as I've gotten to a new True Tone display setup screen. There you can see it with and without. So True Tone just matches the ambient light in the room to match the screen, almost like the way paper would change in different lights in different locations. Then the usual home button stuff, let's skip through all of this. And we're done. The screen looks great with that True Tone display. I can already tell it's a bit more of a yellow orangey hue to match the light bulbs in my office. Let's have a quick play with those new portrait lighting effects. So as I said, the cameras are pretty much the same. The two 12 megapixel shooters, a wider 28mm and a closer 56mm lens. And then we've got the lighting effects at the bottom here. So we've got studio, contour. Let me take a quick selfie. So I've taken a picture of myself in portrait mode, and now if I go to edit, there's this little button down here that I can play with, where I can play with the lighting effects. And there's studio, and there's contour. And stage is actually surprisingly good. I mean, you can tell where it's cut me out, and I'm sure on things like objects. Let's see, actually let's have a go at that. Yeah, so you can kind of see where the cameras are sensing the edges of the object or the face or the head. But I'll go into that more in depth in my review, which is coming up shortly. Of course, most of the upgrades are internal, like the new speakers, which also sound a fair bit louder. And of course, there's the new processors and so on. The iPhone 8 and 8 Plus are available now in 3 colours, the silver I have here, as well as gold and space grey, starting at $699 for the 64GB iPhone 8, and all the way up to $949 for the 256GB